Welcome to T-Boys TV, back again with Premier League predictions, episode 31. And I'd just like to say apologies again, technical things wanted to play up again, had technical issues before I tried to start this yet again. So apologies about that, but we're back again and it's all working. So yeah, that is good to see. Hopefully nothing plays up like the Liverpool stream the other day, where the camera comes off and that sort of thing. Big up Taylor. Obviously, I did respond to that. And big up Ryan as well. I think I might be going on his channel after this stream. So, yeah, if you can come on to that, that'd be much appreciated. He is also doing Premier League predictions. So, the last 3 videos I've been on, the last 3 out of the 4 have been Premier League predictions. So, it's been a madness. But he says, hi, mate. Got to love technical issues. Don't even get me started. Big up British chap, my brother. He puts the clapping emojis. Big up Max. He says, yes, T, what we're saying. Nothing much, just a little bit of technical issues. And big up Hayden. He says, hi. But yeah, obviously, we're here for Premier League predictions, episode 31, game week 35, I believe. Let's just double check that. Yep, game week 35. So we're closing in, going to the later on stages of the Premier League season. Obviously, 38 games, but obviously, we'll do the usual, review the games, go through the table, we'll go through the points and then predict the games. Yes, Max, technical issues again, mate. It's an absolute joke. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first game we're going to talk about, Arsenal beat Manchester United 3-1. No, I said a 1-1 draw. I thought as much as Arsenal been on good form, beating Chelsea convincingly, and now this game, I just thought they'd be left frustrated at the Emirates despite United's poor form, poor season really. But no, they got a goal early on. Nuno Tavares, poor defending from Alex Telles, absolutely poor. And then they got a penalty, Arsenal. Saka, obviously, he scored last week against Chelsea. He scored again here, another penalty. And it's good to see that he's, confident to take penalties, especially after, obviously, unfortunately, what happened with the Euros. It's good to see that he's now confident and he's stepping up to the plate. And they're very well taken penalties that he scored recently. And this one was as well. And then Ronaldo gets a goal 2 minutes later. Now, poor defending from an Arsenal perspective, in my opinion. How's there one of you on the left, one of you on the right? You're just letting Ronaldo go through the middle of you. I don't understand that whatsoever. But it was a good finish by Ronaldo. And obviously, it's good to see, that he's back playing football after, unfortunately, what happened. But yeah, that happened. 2-1 at half time. And then, yeah, it was one of them. Arsenal got a goal late on to just confirm it, really. Xhaka, what a strike it was by Xhaka as well. A lot of Arsenal fans were going, shoot! And he did. And it was a very well-taken goal. And that sealed the 3 points for Arsenal in their massive race for the top 4. United, I think this is a game that confirms it, that they're not getting it, in my opinion. I've said it for a few weeks now. A lot of people would agree. It's out of Tottenham and Arsenal now. I can't see it being anyone else. West Ham, their main priority is Europe. United, they're just dead and gone for me. Who else is meant to be in the race? But, I don't really know who else. So there you go with that. So, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that one. Arsenal. But, yeah. Moving on to the next game. A Midlands Derby. Obviously not one of the biggest Midlands Derbies. But it was quite a poor game to really watch. Or, I won't really go on about it for too long. The main thing, really, the main talking point is Jamie Vardy's back. So, obviously, that's good for Leicester. Obviously, he is their vocal point, But, yeah, it wasn't really a great game, if I'm being honest. My prediction for this game, I said 2-1 Leicester, I believe. So, I didn't get any points here. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about it for that long, to be honest. Gerrard, I'm not the greatest of times at the moment at Villa. At this current moment in time. So, yeah, and then Leicester this season in the league have not been up to the standards that they have been in previous. So, there you go. That's all I've really got to say. Now, moving on to the next one. Watford get battered everywhere they go. Watford get battered everywhere they go. You know what I mean? Watford take another L. 5-1 to Man City. My score prediction, I said 4-0 to Manchester City. I didn't think they'd concede. I knew they would score a lot of goals and be rampant, especially against this poor Watford side. But yeah, what a game it was for Jesus. So he got a goal in the 4th minute. Poor defending from Watford. How many times have you seen them have poor defending this season? Got played across to Jesus, but not missing that. Not missing that. And then he got a goal in the 23rd minute. What a delivery by De Bruyne, just showing his class with that cross. Brilliant header from Jesus. So 2-0 there. And then Watford get a consolation, I suppose you could say. It was a decent finish. Ederson got a touch. Should he have done better? Maybe. But Watford did score. Kamara. And then obviously that was 2-1 at half time. And then Jesus got taken out by Foster. And yeah, clear penalty. And obviously stepped up to try and get the hat trick. And he did. Took the penalty very nicely as well. So yeah, that happened. And then yeah, he got the hat trick. Then he scored again. Like absolutely loving it against Watford. 4 goals he scored in this game. But I forgot to mention Rodri scored as well. So actually it was 3-1 at half time. So it was 2-1, and then City got another one. Rodri, brilliant strike. And yeah, you know, Watford, they always get battered when they go to the Etihad, and it happened again. So, you know, it's just one of them. It is one of them. So yeah. Watford get battered everywhere they go. Watford get battered everywhere they go. Absolutely do. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Game I was very surprised with. I know Newcastle have been on good form. You know, Eddie Howe, he's got them playing football. You know, you can see that his philosophy is working, like I've said on previous streams before. But yeah, I didn't expect this. Norwich, as much as they are rock bottom at this current moment in time, they are actually trying to fight. Like usually they're just, you know, just happy to go up and down the leagues, but they are trying to fight. But this game, they had some really good chances. Like they had a chance where I can't remember who it was, but it tried to dink it over. Bravner, I believe it was, in goal. Let me just double check. He was in goal for them. It was him. Yes, it was him. But yeah, you know, they had chances. They had chances, but it just wasn't good enough from them. And then, yeah, poor defending for the first goal, really. Joe Linton, brilliant finish that was, by the way. Yeah, what a strike that was. And then he got another goal in the first half as well, 41st minute. Got played across to him. He's not missing that. And then going into the second half, quite early on in the second half, Bruno, who's been brilliant, you know, since he's got given a chance to start and that, he's been brilliant for Newcastle. Took his finish very well. Very good goal it was. And yeah, Norwich take another heavy defeat this season. And Newcastle on very good form. Obviously, they got Liverpool this weekend. And obviously, you know, I'll get more into it later, but it's going to be a very tough game from a Liverpool perspective. Absolutely. You know, with the form they've been on, it's going to be very tough. But yeah, Newcastle in very good form. Like I said, Bruno, since he's come in, has done very well. And Joe Linton, you can see that he's better in that midfield position. You know, that seems to work for him. You know, this game, I think he was higher up, but, you know, since Eddie Howe's come in, you've seen a change in him. You know, he's been a lot better. So, yeah, let's go through some comments. I'm not going to read out the chants. Big up Ryan. He says, hi, mate. Big up yourself. I'm still going on your channel, aren't I, after this? Let me know. But, yeah, the next game I fully watched. And one thing I will say before I talk about the game, a lot of disappointing, well, not even disappointing game. There was 3 0-0 games in this game week, which was pretty poor. But, you know, but Brentford did play very well in this game. I think they've done very well on Tottenham. They dimmered. Is that the word? No, I don't. No, I don't know if that is the word, but they like made Tottenham's top 4 hopes slimmer. And yeah, in that first half, they got a lot of corners. Ericsson got a lot of love, obviously, rightly so, from Tottenham fans and that. It would have been quite funny because it was right in front of Tottenham fans, if he got an assist from one of the corners, because they had a lot of corners. I'm going to double check how many corners they had. Like, they had a lot, trust me. 12 corners they had in that game. To be fair, Tottenham had 8 as well. But yeah, it felt like corner after corner for Brentford. But they just couldn't find a way through. I'm not going to go on this game for too long because it was 0-0. Kane had a good chance in the second half, put it over the bar. I don't think Spurs were overly great. Kulusevski, I believe it was, had a chance over the bar. I suppose the best chance was Spurs. Not Spurs, sorry. Brentford at the end. Ivan Toney hit the post and then Mbueno hit the side netting. But I think overall, Brentford will be happy with that point. As much as they probably were the better side, they're definitely the happier side out of them and Tottenham. Obviously, that's, dimmed Tottenham's top 4 hopes. They're still in it with how stuff have went this week. But yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. But yeah, it's not really an awful lot to really say much else about this game, to be honest. Let's go through some comments. I was hoping to go live, but I didn't know StreamYard has to approve your account before you do any lives. So I can't do a live. I'm having to record on my own. StreamYard has to approve your account. Read. Is it? Is that the case? I didn't know that. But yeah, moving on to the Sunday games. A game I actually predicted right. And my prediction for Tottenham, by the way, was 2-2. So I got it right in that. It was a draw. And then Newcastle, I said 2-1 Norwich, like I said. This game, I actually said 1-0 Wolves, like I said. I'm not going to go over it for too long, but it's a massive game for Wolves. Massive game for Burnley. Put them out of the relegation zone. Vidra with the goal. Wakehorse done very well. I think it's McNeil who made the pass originally and then played it through to Wakehorse, who then played it across to Vidra, who scored in the 62nd minute. And it was a must-win. It was a must-win, really, with the predicament they're in. They've been in... So far, I've been proven wrong, and a lot of other people, because they were very confused with the Dyche sacking. But at this moment in time, it's working out. They've had 3 wins on a bounce, and they've been very good wins. Sorry. They've had 2 wins on a bounce, very good wins, and a draw away at the London Stadium. And we know what West Ham have done to teams. They've knocked out City in the Cup. They've beat Liverpool, at home. They beat Chelsea. So, you have to give Burnley credit there. And, yeah, they were very good. When they've been attacking since, the way they've been at the moment, they've been very good. The way they've been stringing the ball around, passing it has been exceptional. And like I said, Vidra had a goal here. Played across to him, Bot finished it, and a goal was coming. Like I said, when they were passing it around, having a lot of chances, they were all over them. So yeah, that's really what I've got to say with that. Wolves have not been great recently. This was their first game for a while, I believe. So yeah, there you go with that one. Easy lad, says Manny Bird. Big up yourself. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Now, Chelsea were very lucky for me. I did say 2-0 Chelsea for my predictions, so I did get a point here. I've done very well last week. I think I got a point in pretty much every game, bar like 2 games, Arsenal and someone else. It was crazy. But yeah, this game, 1-0 Chelsea, it ended up being. And the reason I say they were lucky is because West Ham only had 1 fit centre-back, and that was Craig Dawson, who obviously got sent off. Should we move straight to that bit? Yeah, we'll move straight to that bit. It was a foul, he's grabbing Lukaku. But Jorginho, hold that, you mug. Yeah, doing that stupid skip. Yeah, I'm so glad you missed. I'm so glad. What an overrated player. I can't stand it. Like I said on, I think it was the last episode of this. Do you remember when Messi basically done something like that? And well, it weren't like a skip, but he like slowed it down, then shot, and he got penalised for it. Why can everyone else do it nowadays? I don't understand, and I'm so glad he missed. It was a terrible penalty. As the commentator said, it was basically a back pass. Do you know what I mean? It was awful. But then they did get a goal. They're most likely were gonna. West Ham literally had no centre backs. I don't even. How did they play? I swear they played three at the back. Yeah, they had to play Johnson and then Cresswell and then Dawson through the middle. Like that already tells you. And Pulisic got a goal. Good finish. Marcus Alonso, good ball over. And yeah, they got the goal, but they were very lucky, considering to only get a 1-0 win in the 90th minute. It's not like West Ham had all their centre-backs available. Like, if they did and you won 1-0, fair play, because West Ham are a good side, but, they literally have no centre. You got away with that, Chelsea. They got away with that. And some of their fans are getting worried now with a result that happened yesterday. Can they be dragged into the top 4 race? Right, they're not dead and gone from it. Do you know what I mean? They could well be in it. We're coming on to the later stages, but yeah, very lucky for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Next game is Brighton Southampton. Getting some comments quickly. It's letting you know. Yep. Okay. Cool. That's good. Yeah. I was gonna say I've never heard of you had to activate your account or whatever it was. Approve your account. Sorry. But yeah, this game, South Coast Derby, you could say. Brighton took on Southampton. I said 0-0. I thought it'd be a stalemate, but no, 2 goals. So I got another point though, so you can't complain about that. And yeah, what a game it was to watch as a neutral. But yeah, it was one of them. The first goal was pretty poor to give away, I felt, by Southampton, like poor, like the goalkeeper and defender collided. It was weird. Like ran into each other, and then Welbeck got onto it. And I have to admit, Danny Welbeck, he's usually more of a super sub nowadays, but in this game, he had a very good game. He was just causing havoc. He really was. He got the goal, as I said, calamity at the back, but he made the most of it. And then Salisu got a goal, own goal, own goal. Brighton went 2-0 up. And poor from Southampton again defensively. Really was. And then the 45th plus 4th minute, they had a free kick. Southampton, who you going to call? James Ward-Prowse. You know what I mean? What a finish it was. This guy at free kicks. I think he's equaled Beckham's record. He might even be ahead of it now. Unreal player. If he's not in the World Cup squad, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. Like, yeah, he got picked for the last thing, but that was only because it's friendlies. You know what I mean? That's all he's got picked for England. He needs to start getting picked for the major competitions for me. And I'm not just saying that because he's really good at set pieces. He's a quality player. He's a quality player. He's got the leadership. He can boss the midfield. He's got good passing, as well. And he's good. He's a good player. So for me, he should be in it. He should be in it. But yeah. And then he got another goal in the second half. Took that finish very well as well. Another outside of the box goal. What a finish. It wasn't a free kick. It was just in open play. Great goal. And yeah, that Southampton fight back and get a 2-2 draw. It's one of them where you're just playing for pride in that. It's basically a derby. They ain't got anything to play for. So it's just one of them, really. It's just one of them. But yeah. Oh, no, that's my other account. I can't do it then tonight. You have to wait for YouTube to activate your account. Do you? Oh, I don't even know. But yeah, next game, Merseyside Derby. I won't go on with it for too long because obviously I did do a watch along and sort of talk about it in that. Liverpool got the 2-0 victory. Everton came to Anfield to frustrate. Playing anti-football. At the same time, though, as much as I don't like him, when you go away to Anfield, you have to sort of play defensive like that. Maybe not as bad as they did, because you look at Villarreal the other day, they were similar, but they were nowhere near as bad. They weren't in an Everton diving around, etc., all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's 0-0 going into half time. Gordon diving all over the place. Richarlison just on the floor more than on the ball. You know what I mean? Fabinho getting taken out by Decore, that wound me up. Like, who do you think you are? Like, grabbed him and then he took him out, swiped him like it was Tinder. Wound me up, mate. Wound me up. Can't stand that Decore guy. Obviously, former Watford man as well. Oh, God. You know what I mean? But that happened. And then I think Liverpool just needed to change it around. Bring on Diaz. I was calling for that on the watch along. As soon as that happened, Diaz and Origi come on. Liverpool score goals. Origi and Salah, nice little 1-2. Salah with a brilliant ball in. Jota tried to get his head on it, but he did miss it. But Robertson was behind. Bush! Header. Robertson's first goal in front of the Kop end, which is mad to think. And the passion was brilliant, what you love to see. And then later on in the half, that man again, could this be? You look back at this and the way Everton's fixtures are, this could be the game that's, they look back on, and Origi could be that guy who sent them down. Obviously, they didn't get a result here, so that kept them in the relegation zone after Burnley won. But yeah, Diaz, what an assist, mate. Bicycle kick. And it went over to Origi, who headed it in. And he loves getting decisive goals against Everton. And it looks like he's going AC Milan in the summer. So, Origi's still getting decisive goals for Liverpool this season. You look at Wolves away, 1-1-0. He got the goal there. And he's loving doing that, mate. He's loving doing that. And he's a cult hero. He's a cult hero at Liverpool. The amount of decisive goals he's got for him. Yeah. It's just one of them. It's one of them. But Liverpool get past Everton in the end, and Everton are in the relegation zone. Things you love to see. So there we go with that one. West Ham are not so massive. Like I said earlier, rewind. I do think Chelsea were quite lucky, considering West Ham only had 10. Well, not 10 men. Sorry. Only had one fit centre back. I think Chelsea to get one goal at the end. That's true. So there we go. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game. Monday night football. Not great Monday night football game. Liverpool-Everton, by the way, I said 3-0 Liverpool, so I was close, very close. This game, I actually did say a draw. I said a mad draw, though. Remember? I said 3-3. But instead, there was no goals. I'm not going to go on about this game for long. So as I said, 0-0. Leeds were quite lucky, I felt. Melia had done a double save near the end. Zaha had a chance right at the end, deflected. I can't really think of too much Palace had. Leeds. Leeds had. And Leeds... They're in problems now, in my opinion. They're gonna drop down. Like, they're in the battle now, but they're gonna drop a lot more points, I reckon. Because I'm looking at their fixtures, yeah, and boy, I can only potentially see them beating Brighton. And that I say that because they're at home. Brighton are very hit and miss. So they got City this weekend. Then they've got Arsenal away, and then they've got Chelsea. What tough fixtures there. You know what I mean? Like, they're the next 3 games. But they'll be happy with the point. I think, with the way they, like, as I said, Palace were dominating. I felt, but they just couldn't get anything. And ever since the semi-final of the FA Cup, I don't think Palace have been as great as they were, if I'm being honest. So there you go. That's all I'm really going to say about that one. But yeah, moving on to the next game, a game I got spot on. I told people it would be 1-1. And the reason I knew it was going to be 1-1 is because the last time Chelsea won at Old Trafford was 2013. And even though United are in a poor predicament, I just knew Chelsea wouldn't be able to break it. I knew they wouldn't. And like I said, it relates to sort of what I said earlier. They're very lucky against West Ham. So, it was one of them. 0-0 at half time. Chelsea were probably the dominant side. De Gea had to make some good saves to keep United in the game. How many times has that happened this season? But yeah, let's just go over straight to the second half. Marcus Alonso got a goal, took it very well. And he's getting a lot of criticism from Chelsea fans. And in the last 2 games, he's got a goal and an assist. So it's a mad one. It's a mad one. Obviously, I know they'd want to start Chilwell if he's available, but I don't think Marcus Alonso is doing as bad as some people are making out. You know what I mean? But yeah, very good finish. And he was the guy who actually scored last time at Old Trafford, I believe, when they played. But yeah, that happened. And then literally 2 minutes later, who else but Cristiano Ronaldo gets a goal. And by the way, what a ball that was by Matic. Dinked it over to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo took it very well. What a shot that was! What a touchdown! Lovely bit of control and a brilliant finish, which ended up getting United a point. Like I said, they're out of the race for me, but you know they'll take it. They'll take it. You know, Chelsea had a chance right at the end of the game. Reece James, I thought it was in, but no, it wasn't. It was wide. I thought De Gea thought it was in as well. He stood there. I think he was thinking, oh, no. But, yeah, it ends up being a draw. And Chelsea had good chances to win this game. But I just knew they wouldn't due to that record. And, yeah, like I said, they were quite lucky against West Ham, in my opinion. So, there you go with that. That is all the games reviewed. So, there you go. What we'll do next is we will go, do we do the points or the table? We'll do the points. So the points as it stands are as follows. Like I said, I'm going to work it out quickly now, how many the games I didn't get points from. So Arsenal, I know I definitely didn't. Leicester, I didn't. Norwich, I didn't. I think every other game I did. Yeah, so last week there was only 3 games I didn't get any points from. So there you go. And they're all on Saturday. So Saturday was pretty poor for me, I remember. I was like, oh, no. Because Liam weren't far behind me. But now I've got 6 points. Well, no, I didn't get just 6 points. I got 2 games, spot on last week. And the midweek game. So there you go. They're the points as follows. I'm on 150. Brad's on 119. I believe Brad didn't even get any points from this week and the double game week, which is pretty crazy. Alex is on 139. Max is on 124. Liam, who is in second, is now 10 points away. I believe last week he was only like 4 points away. It was a madness, but I've done really well. Perry is on 119 points. Daniel, massive shout out to him like always, because boy, he joined quite late to most of the others and he's on 130. Like it's a madness. Lewis is on 98. Lewis and Daniel joined the same sort of time. That I remember. Hayden's on 64. Robbie's on 64 as well, and then Harry is on 50. So there you go. I'm just going to send a picture. Just going to send a picture of that to the group chat, to the people that are not in at this moment in time. So, yeah, let me do that. Bear with me a second. There we go. There we go. There is all that sorted and sent. So it's looking good for me. It's looking very good. I've been top for ages now. I don't want to jinx things, but I've been top for ages. So there you go. Right, let's get that off screen now. Shocking for attackers. City to win the league. If they don't drop any points, then yeah, I can see them winning it, obviously. Did you hear Ralph is going to be the next Austria national team manager, but will continue as... Yep. No, I know. I saw that. Yes, you have, Hayden. Yes, you have. But yeah, let's get into predicting. Oh, no, actually not yet. Let's go through the table. So let me just share the screen. Table as it stands, I'll be using what I've been using to do the predictions. But yeah, table as it stands. City are top by a point, 80 points. Liverpool second with 79. Chelsea in third with 66. And like I said, they're only 6 points away now, so that's only 2 wins, for Arsenal. So yeah, Arsenal in 4th, Tottenham in 5th, United in 6th, West Ham 7th, Wolves 8th, Newcastle 9th, Leicester 10th, Brighton 11th, Brentford 12th, Southampton 13th, Palace 14th, Aston Villa 15th, Leeds 16th, Burnley 17th. So like I said earlier, they're now out of it. And Everton and Watford are 2 teams I don't like, and they're both in the relegation zone. That is things you love to see. And then Norwich, obviously, rock bottom. But yeah, to be fair, this season they've actually tried. So yeah, that's the points as it stands. Let's get into predicting the game. So obviously the first game is Newcastle versus Liverpool. I'll get rid of that because I'm going to do the lineup I would go with tomorrow. Team news, it just sounds like Firmino is still a doubt, basically, at this moment in time. Klopp had his press conference. Obviously, he's staying until 2026 as well. So that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant for all Liverpool fans across the globe. How Watford get battered everywhere they go, they absolutely do. But brilliant news. I was going to do a stream about it, but I just left it in the end. But yeah, let's just get into the lineup I would play tomorrow. So obviously Alisson, number one goalkeeper for Liverpool. Trent right back. Robbo, I would go Robertson. So yeah, I would go with him. Back 2, I'd go with the Premier League back 2, which seems to be Matip and Virgil van Dijk. And then obviously Fabinho as the CDM. And then on the right, do you know what? I play Keita this game on the right side. And where's all the people that say I've got the agenda, huh? I'm starting him. You know what I mean? And then Thiago, you've got to play Thiago, the form he's been on. And then obviously up top, Salah on the right. That is always where he's going to be. And then up top, you got Jota as a choice through the middle. You got Mane. You can even play Diaz there. Like I said, I think Firmino's still a doubt. So Origi as well. But I would go. Who would I go? Do you know what? I would go Jota through the middle, and I would go Mane on the left. Bring Diaz on as an impact again. I think for now, let's be doing that with him. But yeah, that's the lineup I'd go with tomorrow against Newcastle. So pretty strong. It's going to be a tough game. They're searching to get 7 wins in a row. They're actually 7 games unbeaten, but they're looking to get 7 wins in a row at home. So yeah, it's going to be a very tough game. They've got Bruno on form. Obviously they're just coming on the back of a 3-0 victory, against Norwich. So it's going to be a very tough one. 12:30 history. Liverpool don't do well in it. Their last 2 games at 12:30 though, they have won both of them 2-0 as well. Brighton away and Watford at home. So it's not going to be easy at St James's Park as well. When they can create a great atmosphere, they're on job. So it's going to be tough for Liverpool, but it's a must for Liverpool at the same time, to keep this pressure on City. So yeah, that's the lineup I'll go with. So let's just read it out again. Alisson in goal, Robertson left back, Trent right back, Van Dijk and Matip at the back, Fabinho as a CDM, Thiago on the left side, Keita on the right, give Hendo a rest, put Virgil as the captain, Mane on the left side, Sat on the right, and Jota through the middle. Bring on Diaz as an impact if that needs to happen, or even Origi. We can do that. So yeah, that's what I would go with the lineup. So there you go. There you go with that. Let's share the screen now for the predictions. Now, I did do what I've done last week where I've predicted them beforehand. And I've gone with what the last 2 fixtures at 12:30 have been for Liverpool. 2-0 Liverpool, I reckon. I do think it will be tough, like I said. And when I say 2-0, I don't mean a walkover. There will be times where Newcastle will scare Liverpool, absolutely. I just think it's a must-win for Liverpool, whereas Newcastle, yeah, they want to finish as high as possible, but it's more pride for them, and then kick on next season even more. So 2-0 Liverpool, I reckon. So there you go with that. Let's go through some comments. Comments is playing up again, which is not what you want. Big up everyone. Tyler says always, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Big up everyone did go into Coach's Corner stream yesterday and sub and interact. So yeah, don't really know what is going on there. But yeah, 2-0 Liverpool is my prediction for that game. Moving on to the next game, Aston Villa taking on Norwich. Now, Gerrard's been on a bit of a poor run recently. His worst run since he's been at Villa. Obviously, they're 15th. Is it 15th in the league? Which for them is bad, considering the signings they've done as well. It's going to take a while. With Gerrard. Yep, cheers for that, Max. I always bloody forget. Always forget for that. But yeah, cheers for that. So yeah, there you go with that. Big up James. He is going on Monday. Obviously, Brentford fan. Enjoy it, mate. But yeah, so like I said, what was I saying? Yeah, so Gerrard's not been great recently. You can't even just blame him. The team hasn't been overly great the last couple of games. Taking on Norwich, who for me are down as much as they're not going down without a fight. I think the home advantage is going to help Villa here. And I think they're going to get 2-0 victory. I do. I think this is a bounce back game for them. So I'm going with Aston Villa 2, Norwich 0. So both my predictions 2-0 so far. Next game, Southampton versus Palace. Now, like I said earlier, Palace have not been great ever since the FA Cup semi-final for me. Got a 0-0 draw in the last game, and they have very good chances, like I said. Taking on Southampton, who fought back away against Brighton in one of the South Coast derbies. Now, this game, I think, as much as, it's a mid-table clash, they're not playing for anything except pride. I think this could be the so-called shock of the weekend. And the only reason I say that is because of the score I'm going with. And not a lot of people would go with this. I actually think Southampton, they've been very inconsistent this season. But I think this is where they get a home victory. And I think they get a pretty convincing home victory here. Like I said, Palace haven't been overly great since the FA Cup semi-final. I'm going with a 3-1. A 3-1 to Southampton against Crystal Palace. So there you go. But yeah, the next game, Watford, the team that get battered everywhere they go, taking on Burnley, who obviously 3 games unbeaten. So far, I've been proven wrong with what they've been doing with Dyche. Since they got rid of him, it's been working out for them. Watford, their home form's terrible. In recent games, they've played the likes of Leeds and that, who are teams in and around them where they should be doing better, especially at home. Them games you sort of want to win when you're in the predicament you're in, and they haven't been. So I don't think they'll win this game either, especially with the confidence Burnley have had. I do think it will be a tight game though. But yeah, I'm going with a Watford 1, Burnley 2. A 2-1 victory to Burnley. Next game, Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on Brighton. Now, obviously, Brighton had that 2-2 draw. They'd be disappointed, I think, with the way Southampton brung it back. But yeah, taking on the Wolves side, who have not been overly great. Obviously, I believe Neves is going to be out for a while now. Jimenez has not hit the levels overly at this moment in time. Obviously, that injury, it can take a while to come back from. But I do think Wolves will win this one. Obviously, their last game, they lost to Burnley as well. But yeah, I think they win this. The home crowd really helps them. I'm going with a 1-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So, yeah, there you go with that one. But yeah, moving on to the next game, 5:30 game in the UK tomorrow. Leeds United versus Manchester City. Now, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, a few people think this could be where City drop points. I don't think it is. I think if Leeds had their vocal point, which is like Bamford, I think potentially, you look at the time they went to the Etihad last season, or was it last season, and won. Yeah, it was last season or this season. I'm pretty sure it was last season. I think it was anyway. Taking on Manchester City, who will rotate a fair bit, obviously due to that crazy game midweek against Real Madrid. But I still only see a City win. I do. I know they've got players back Leeds like Calvin Phillips, but they played Dan James up front. I think the reason they were doing all right is because the manager bounced. But like I said, they've got tough games coming up now. Like I said, they've got City, obviously, here. Then they've got Arsenal away. They don't travel to London well. They don't usually win wherever they go in London. And then they've got Chelsea. Chelsea at home, I believe that is. And like I said, the only one out of the remaining games I can see them doing is Brighton, because Brighton are inconsistent and it's at home. But yeah, Max says it's 7-0 in a reverse game. It was, wasn't it? So I'm thinking of last season when it's 3-2. But yeah, like I said, City win here. They rotate quite a bit, but their rotation will still be enough, in my opinion, to win this game. 3-1 Manchester City. So there you go. Liverpool fans won't want to, obviously want points dropped, but I can't see it being this game. I really can't. So there you go. But yeah, moving on to the Sunday games, two o'clock games in the UK on Sunday. First one, Everton versus Chelsea. Everton, they're in problems. Obviously, it's this. You could say it's a Lampard derby. But despite Chelsea not being overly great in their last two games, I think they win this game. I think they play Everton out of the park. As much as Everton are at home, like I said, Chelsea haven't been overly great. I can only see a Chelsea win here. And yeah, like I said, I think they just play them out of the park. Everton 0, Chelsea 2. There you go. But yeah, the other game at 2 o'clock in the UK, Tottenham Hotspur taking on Leicester. Now, straight up, Leicester are, their main priority is the Conference League. Obviously, they drew 1-1 yesterday with Roma. Obviously, a second leg will be at Roma's ground. Jamie Vardy is back. Leicester, they'll still play pretty strong, because their squad depth isn't like in Liverpool's or Man City's, but, there'll still be a bit of rotation, I can see. Tottenham need to win this game, to keep their hopes up of top four. They're at home, and I think they'll do it. There has been a bit of speculation. This website is World Football Net. If you just type up Premier League Predictor, it should come up. But yeah, Tottenham, what was I saying? Yeah, there's been a bit of speculation about him potentially going PSG. I think even though his mind could be on that, he needs to focus on this for now, trying to get Tottenham into the top four. And I think Tottenham win. I think Tottenham win this. It'll be a tight game, but I think Tottenham win 2-1. 2-1 to Tottenham, I think. Max says, who has the best squad depth in the league? I honestly don't know now, because Liverpool bringing in Diaz has just made it a lot better for them. Probably Man City, because you look at their bench, Liverpool. Yeah, like I look at Liverpool's backup right backs, like we don't even have one. We just got players that can play there. Whereas, I'm looking at City's midfield, for example. You've got players like Gundogan on the bench. As much as Liverpool attacking wise have very good players on the bench when they're not starting, I would probably still say City. Narrowly though, like I said, Liverpool bringing in Diaz has not made it far from it. But yeah, there you go. The next game, 4:30 game. These games always tend to be crackers. Arsenal actually have a very good record against West Ham. I remember last season when they played, it was 3-3. Very good game to watch as a neutral. Arsenal obviously want to stay in that top four, where they want to stay fourth where they are, maybe even jump up to third, depending on how Chelsea do. Like I said, Chelsea, they're starting to slip down into this top four race. They are. I still do think they'll get third, don't get me wrong, but, you know, the way they've been recently, they're definitely in it, in my opinion. So there you go with that. But yeah, West Ham taking on Arsenal. West Ham are going to rotate a bit. Obviously, they lost yesterday, so, you know, their all focus will be on trying to bounce back in that second leg. Positive thing they have is Frankfurt do better away than at home, and West Ham do better away than at home in the Europa League. Sorry, so they'll rotate a bit. Zuma's back. Obviously, I don't think Dawson will be back for this. No, he'll still be banned, won't he? I believe it. Was it a straight red? Yeah, I think it. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It got overturned to a straight red. So I think it's 3 games or something. I've actually gone for a really high-scoring game. And the reason I say that is I look at the game last season, you know, when there was a 6-goal thriller. But I think Arsenal win this, you know, the form they've been on. But I just got a feeling it's going to be a crazy one. It's 4:30 in the UK. Them games usually tend to be good. So hopefully this one is as well. I've gone with a 3-2 to Arsenal. It's going to be goals galore, and Arsenal are going to keep up their winning record. And they'll be very good wins. You know, all, you know, against Chelsea away, you know, 4-2. And then Man United, yeah, they haven't been great, Man United, but still 3-1. You know, very good victory. And then West Ham away. You know, it'd be very good run Arsenal would be on. But yeah, there's no what's it called? Midweek fixtures. This is the Monday night game we're moving on to now. Manchester United taking on Brentford. Brentford been on very good form. You know, like I said, last game to get a draw against Tottenham, and Brentford were a better side. Like I said, they're very good on the ball, you know, and that sort of thing. They just couldn't finish, couldn't take their chances, unfortunately. But they've been on very good form, like I said. Man United obviously got a draw against Chelsea, which, like I said, I expected a 1-1 draw. You know, Chelsea ain't won there since 2013. Before that, they got slapped up, if we're being honest, to Arsenal. Like I said, this game, how do I see this one going? Now, a lot of people have said 1-1 draw, which is probably the most popular prediction. Not surprised. I've actually gone different, very different here. This could be the so-called shock because of the form United have been on. I'm going with a 2-1 victory to Manchester United. I honestly think this is where Brentford's run end. This is a tough game to predict because it could be, for me, it could be any of the 3. It could be a United win, a Brentford win, or a 1-1 draw. Like, most popular predictions, I'm seeing 1-1s, and then the second one I'm seeing the most is 2-0 Brentford. Honestly, I think United win this one. I do. I think Ronaldo might climb his way through, you know, like he has been getting them through these results. I think he might do it here. You also look at a reverse fixture. I believe it's 3-1. No, United won. But yeah, they got a good win there as well. So I'm going to say United do the double over them. You know, it's at Old Trafford as well, a home crowd. I think Ronaldo might get him through this, and I think United win. So there you go, people. They are all my predictions for the upcoming game week. I have realised I put no draws. I don't think there'll be any draws this weekend, which is not impossible. There has been times before where there was one couple of game weeks ago where there was no draws in that either. So it's not like it's impossible. But yeah, let's hope I keep this up. Obviously, I'm top by 10 points. Hopefully, I get a lot more points as well. And yeah, hopefully I'll win this. You know what I mean? It will be a bit disappointing because I've been top for so many weeks now. But yeah, let's calculate what the table would look like with all these results. So Manchester City would still be a point clear of Liverpool. Liverpool with a +4 better goal difference. Chelsea would be third on 69 points. Banter. Arsenal would still be fourth. Tottenham would be 2 points behind Arsenal. So there you go. United 6th, West Ham 7th, so that remains that. Wolves 8th, Southampton 9th, Newcastle would be 10th, Leicester 11th, Brighton 12th, Villa 13th, so they had climbed up 2 spaces. Brentford 14th, Palace 15th, so they had dropped down. Burnley in 16th, so above Leeds, who are obviously 17th, and then bottom 3 would remain the same, which would be Everton 18th, 29 points. Yeah, look at that as well. Look how far Watford and Norwich are as well. Them two are definitely down for me. But yeah, Watford 19th and Norwich with 21 points at the bottom. So that's how the table would be if all the results go how I think they will. So yeah, there you go. There you go. There is episode 31 of Premier League prediction done. So yeah, there you go. Big up everyone that tuned in. I just want to catch up, T. Yeah, well, it's one of them. Bamford's not even available. I swear he's still out. You lot talking about him. I swear he's not even available. You know what I mean? But yeah, there you go. There are all my results. Like I said, what I reckon the scores and that will be. Obviously, I've reviewed the games and that before. But yeah, I'll be back again with a watch along tomorrow. I'll probably go live. Games at 12:30, so I'll probably go live about 20 past 12, obviously, for Newcastle versus Liverpool in the Premier League early kickoff. Sunday, I said there'd be no content, forgetting that we have to do a Luton show because obviously playing on Monday. So on Sunday, probably about 6:30. We're thinking of doing it at 6:30 on Sunday. So if you tune into that as well, that'd be much appreciated. So yeah, and then obviously Monday, watch along to Fulham versus Luton. Tuesday, hopefully Liverpool versus Villarreal watch along. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, big up everyone that tuned in. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new with the notification bell on. That'd be much appreciated. Subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra, where I post clips and highlights. That'll be becoming a non-sporting channel. Got some content planned on that for the summer as well. And if you want to follow me across any of my social medias, links to them are in the description. Turn the notification bell on as well. And yeah, there you go. Big up Spencer. Big up Spencer. He says, take care, T. Big up yourself. Yeah, I might tune into that. If I can. Obviously, if I can, I absolutely will. But yeah, up the Reds, absolutely. So there you go. There you go with that. But yeah, until tomorrow for the watch along, I will see you lot in a bit. And Spencer, I just realised that's another early one for you. But yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. But yeah, hopefully I'll see many of you on the watch along tomorrow. So yeah, stay safe, take care, and peace.